Dag, spricht u Engels? This is the Prince of Macedon doing a commentary, a drop-in multiplayer battle for Napoleon Total War multiplayer. I command the United Netherlands, and my opponent is L Church 3209 in command of Great Britain. You can see my army right there. This is the Waterloo map. I started off on the hill, so I am coming off the hill in order to meet my opponent. But my opponent is marching much faster than I am for a change, and he is going for a weighted assault on my right flank, as you can see. So it looks like he's going to go Suvorov against me. So in response, I'm going to rush all my troops towards my right flank. So you can see me here. I'm going to rush some troops into this building, and that will help keep my opponent semi-busy. And meanwhile, my opponent got his cav on top of the ridge here, but at the same time I was also charging into his cav, so that was a microlapse on my opponent's behalf. Like, it was a good thing that he got to the top of the ridge, but when he got there he stopped moving. So you always want to keep your cav in motion unless you want to rest them. But if you want to rest your horses, then you want to keep them away from the front lines. Anyways, I got my troops into this building, and now I am firing at his advancing troops. And my opponent got his horse artillery firing at my troops stationed inside the building. And you can see my cav was victorious. And I see an opportunity here to charge my opponent's troops as they are still forming up for battle. And here I'm charging into his skirmishers. So I was very confident that my horsemen could easily ride down his skirmishers. So here I am, hacking his guys down, but I'm going to retreat because I see his heavier troops coming into the battle, and they are being spearheaded by his Highlanders. And all the meanwhile, I got my troops inside the building taking shots at all of his troops here. And hopefully the guys inside the building will keep my opponent's troops busy long enough for the rest of my troops to arrive at my right flank there. So, here's the action. Here I tried to withdraw my horses, but they got stuck in this fight with those British Highlanders and British foot units. So here he is, he's charging in. And I was able to get my skirmishers up there, so you can see my skirmishers. I'm now plucking away at my opponent's flank here. And what my opponent should have done, he should have charged inside the building. That would have been one way to release some of the pressure on his troops. But anyways, I got some of my troops over to my right flank, and now I'm going to shower his dudes as they come up across this ridge here. So I got two troops on top of this ridge, and they are more of a holding force. I don't expect them to battle off his entire British army, but I want those guys there to keep his troops busy long enough so that I can get the rest of my troops to swing around his army and surround him. And my troops are doing a pretty good job of launching flanking fire. But my opponent did rout one of my troops on top of this ridge, so in response, I'm going to take my cav, and I'm going to bust down at his British foot units here. And I'm doing this in order to keep his troops from ascending the ridge. And I want his guys down here long enough so that I can outflank him with my skirmishers, and pretty much just pound them to death with all my musket fire. Alright, look at these troops. This is another microlapse here. He is just walking them this way, and they should have been running, and they should have been running inside that building, because he needs to silence my troops who are garrisoning that building there. Anyways, a lot of my opponent's troops are routing, and that's because I was able to swing my left flank over towards my right flank in time. And now you can see that I've got my skirmishers pretty much surrounding his entire army, and we are just pouring on the fire from all sides. So the bulk of his troops are routing. Now I'm taking my cav, and I'm going to go after his howitzer piece back here. And I'm just going to knock them out before they start firing at my guys. And you can see that my howitzer was silent as well, and that's because I had my howitzer on my left flank, and they were well out of range of my right flank, and that's where the battle was taking place. And if you look at the minimap, the battle is over. Very good game to my opponent. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle, this drop-in battle on Waterloo.